What's going on, guys? So today we have Pokemon Budget Haul or Budget Haul Pokemon number 3. This is the third time I've done a video like this. Before I kick it off, just gonna let you guys know we're gonna be going over these cards right here. Nothing too crazy. Walked into a Second and Charles, spent $10, came out with an assortment of kind of commons, uncommons. I really don't even think there's any rares in there, but it's not always about the rarest, hypest chase cards. Sometimes it's just about like appreciating artworks and, just thinking that some cards are dope, regardless of what the market value is. Also, shout out to QuantumScape. Move these out. Shout out to QuantumScape. I'm wearing my QuantumScape hoodie. It is a company that I pretty much invested all in on 2 years out. I guess now it would be 2 years ago or maybe a year and a half. But they got brutally beaten down by the market and they're just starting to trend back up now. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a turn of the tide with the market. But anyways, that's unrelated. I could do a whole other video on that. But we are talking about Pokemon stuff here. I took 6 days off just to spend time with my family and reprioritize some stuff. Financially, I was spending a ton of money ordering cards in, and my Mercari store slowed down a little bit, so I decided that I would lay off until sales picked back up. I'm thinking with the holiday around the corner, sales are going to pick back up again. But anyways, some stuff that I'm going to touch base on that I probably will end up doing separate videos on all together. Dang, let me my playmat, my Pokemon playmat is all worn down from all the videos I've done in here. Anyways, guys, some topics that I want to talk about. One, I replaced the chair I've always used. Now I have a really comfortable swivel leather chair. This thing is going to make doing videos so much better because I am really comfortable. You can just tell that I'm relaxed. I was never comfortable in the chair I was using before. I don't know why it took me so long to just get another chair. But anyways, guys, some big things coming out. Silver Tempest releases November 11th. That is going to be a killer set. There's an amazing Lugia alternate art card that is going to be sick. There's going to be a lot of great cards in all these sets. But me personally, I mainly only care about the chase cards. Those are the cards that, like, when Neo Revelation came out or Neo Destiny and there was the Shining Charizard, that's the card you wanted. You really didn't want a lot of the other cards. Yes, now everything is hype. People are only talking about the latest and greatest. And that's why I'm doing a budget card video. Because, I've been fueling into that. I talked about the Rayquaza alt art and the Umbreon alt art from Evolving Skies. And everyone is talking about that stuff. Brilliant Stars Charizard alt art. There's a lot of great cards, but there's unfortunately just a handful that people are talking about, and they're just blasting the media with it. So I kind of wanted to detract from that and do a video on like budget Pokemon card shopping. If you guys have a Second and Charles near you, Second and Charles is a really great store for going and getting books, magazines, comics, old vintage games. Some of their prices are a little bit steep, but when you look through like boxes and boxes of bulk cards, which is what I did today for an hour and a half, you tend to find some decent cards in there. For me, it was just cards that made me nostalgic, or if it was like I could tell that there were sets that I hadn't seen before, which are probably going to be Sun and Moon, like Cosmic Eclipse era sets, or maybe Diamond and Pearl sets. But anyways, some stuff that's coming up that I feel like is unavoidable, especially for me being, a Pokemon-based YouTube channel. The Charizard UPC. The Charizard UPC is going to be epic. There are people that have already got theirs. There's already videos of it on YouTube. Everyone's talking about it. The store closest to me doesn't get it until Friday. So I'm kind of just stuck waiting, and I might not even get it Friday. If there's a big line of people out at that store and I just can't get it, I'll just be out of luck. And my connection that I'm now getting my cases of booster boxes from, they told me that the Charizard UPC was too expensive and that there wasn't any money to be made on it, so they couldn't supply me with a Charizard UPC. I'm talking with another guy who I originally bought my Celebrations UPC. Guy, just a recap. If you don't know what the UPC is, it's the Ultra Premium Collections box. They did one for Celebrations, and that was last year. I managed to get my hands on 3 of them. I did one of them for an opening where I opened the Ultra Premium Celebrations box, and I got my gold Charizard card and my gold Pikachu card. The Charizard's in a briefcase, the Pikachu's up there. But I always keep it up here for reference. I'm just going to show you guys, those of you that don't know, I kept mine. I put the plastic back over it because I just thought it was really neat. I knew it was something special when I got it. I didn't know how special it was, but here it is right here. Just want to show you guys. I have a lot of stuff that I just shoved back here. Most of it is sealed and unopened, but I kept this one actually, even though it's empty, or there's still maybe some stuff in there, but for the most part, it's already been opened. I just thought it was a really cool box, and for referencing for videos in the future, those of you, when I'm talking about Charizard UPC, you guys are like, what is a Charizard UPC? For those of you that don't know, UPCs are these kind of bigger, much bigger than the booster box size boxes. It's kind of like, someone put it this way, a year ago I was watching a video, somebody put it very simply. It's basically like 2 ETBs. Like, it's almost the same size as 2 ETBs. And for those of you that don't know what an ETB is, if we have new subscribers that aren't caught up, this is an ETB. An ETB, and that's a Celebrations box as well. But ETBs are Elite Trainer boxes. They're a great way to get some packs and kind of have more of a premium opening feel to it. It's not really the best deal. Sometimes they'll come with a promo, like the Pokemon Go ETBs came with a promo, the Mewtwo promo. But for the most part, in my opinion, just buy the packs. Don't go after Elite Trainer boxes. I do, but only as a collector's purpose. Like, I know that I'm probably not going to make any money on any of the ETBs that I have, other than maybe Celebrations. And it's not all about the money either, but for me personally, I'm going to be really upfront and transparent about that. There's definitely some motive for money involved. I mean, I wouldn't have gone, all in on Pokemon and pretty much drained my retirement, drained my savings if I didn't want to make this work. And yeah, there's nostalgia. It makes me happy to be a kid. I'm not going to sugarcoat it though. I'm an adult. I have bills. I have a family. I run a business. I'm trying to make money in Pokemon cards because I see a market, and I've been trading with stocks for a while now, but that wasn't something that I wanted to continue. I wanted to try something new, so I started selling Pokemon cards. All that being said, the Charizard UPC, because now I see that we're 8 minutes in and I'm rambling, but you forgive me. I haven't done a video in a week. I feel like there's a lot to cover here. But anyways, Charizard UPC is going to be huge, and I will talk about that. In fact, I should just do a whole other video on the Charizard UPC, but that box is going to be big. If you're getting into Pokemon again, highly recommend getting that box. We're all kind of pumping up the hype by being like, that box is going to be sick, but it's going to be sick. There's great alt arts in that box that are coming with that box. That's going to be a lot of fun, as well as the packs that you'll get in that box. And just the experience of opening a bigger box for a premium Pokemon product. That's going to be a lot of fun. Silver Tempest is going to be sick, and we will talk about that probably down the road as well. I know when it comes out, I'm going to secure a box. I may do an opening for Silver Tempest. Why? Because that could be a really, really fun set to open. But again, even with that set, I'll probably just order the Lugia Alt Art and just open a couple of packs. We'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, let's get into this because we're 9 minutes in. We've got our budget Pokemon card haul, number 3. Let's go over it. So, We've got this Evolutions Metapod. It kind of looks like that vintage framework for the old cards, the old style, but it is from Evolutions. If you don't know, Evolutions is a set that came out in 2016. It was kind of like, in terms of like sneaker language, you know, I was a sneakerhead before I got into cars, before I got into investing, before I got into Pokemon. So in sneakers, they re-retro the same style sneakers every couple of years. So Evolutions, in my opinion, was a retro of the vintage series cards, the OG cards, you know, from base set. But anyways, we got this Metapod. These aren't really worth that much, but considering Evolutions packs are like $30 to $40 a pack now, I'm sure that even these cards will get some value down the road. We've got another Evolutions card, Doduo. And now, I'm just going to preface, rarely do I find vintage cards, and this is a true vintage card. This is a jungle set, Rhyhorn. I always get Rhydon and Rhyhorn mixed up. Love this artwork, very simple. I mean, you could just tell it's like the ground is cracked up. He's in a desert or something, probably thirsty for some water. And it's actually in really great shape. Now, in this bulk lot of cards, there aren't going to be a lot of vintage cards. I'm just going to put that out there right now. But it was a nice, pleasant surprise considering I was going out of my way to go, you know, I was at the gym across the street from 2nd and Charles. So I was not out of my way, but I could have gone home and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go in 2nd and Charles. I'm going to see if I can find some decent bulk cards that I could talk about and maybe show people that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get into this hobby. And if you want to get into the hobby, you can do it this way too. You can just shop little bits here and there. You can buy bulk cards. You can build up a massive bulk collection much faster than you can build up a holographic rarity collection, you know, because holographic cards are almost always going to be expensive other than the modern set stuff. The vintage holographic cards are going up in value a lot, but the modern set cards are kind of staying put as far as just the regular holos. But anyways, guys, you don't have to start, you know, going all in. You can start by just spending $10 like I did today. I spent $10 on all these cards that I'm about to show you guys. But this Rhyhorn is really nice. It is decently centered too. It's actually kind of cool to talk about the fact that it's going to be slightly off center. But as you guys can see that this bottom border and this side is actually thicker than this side and the top. These are actually skinnier and these are thicker down here. So that's what I mean by off center. For anybody who's a new subscriber, we got this Lunatone. Now, a lot of people aren't going to recognize this card that are from the old days, that are from the vintage days. But Lunatone is a Gen 3 Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald type Pokemon. I thought it was really cool when I first saw it. Honestly, anything from Gen 3, I'm going to consider a vintage Pokemon. That's just because I grew up with Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. I really didn't grow up with, like, yellow and blue and red and gold and silver. I didn't grow up with that. I did recently play and almost beat Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I had to sell it and my Pikachu DS to keep everything going. But anyways, this Lunatone I just thought was really cool, and I thought I could appreciate the artwork. It would take me a long time to say every single artist that's on these cards, but another YouTuber brought something up to me that no one ever mentions the artist. And as a family of artists, I come from a family of artists. I take that really seriously. And, you know, I figure maybe every now and again I should be saying who the artist is. The illustration is done by Shin Nagasawa. Shin Nagasawa. And that is a really, really cool artwork. You've got all those colors in the background. Simple. This one actually isn't uncommon. I figured most of these are going to be commons. This is illustrated by Mina Nakai. We've got a Makahita. He's running around in the desert, and I mean, running around in the jungle. That would be a very lush desert. Well, maybe it's an oasis. No, it's a jungle. It's a jungle for sure. But I thought this was a really cool artwork. Again, this is a Gen 3 Ruby Sapphire type Pokemon. And then I thought this was a rare, but it's an uncommon. Illustrated by Suwama Chiaki? I don't know. Chiaki? I don't know. But this is an Ariados. This is Gen 2. Honestly, that would have slipped by me because I didn't follow Gen 2 as well as I did the original series in Gen 3. I could have easily mistaken Ariados as a later Pokemon, but he evolves from Spinarak. I mean, I know better now, but when I first got back into the hobby, it might have slipped by, as familiar as he looked. Illustrated by Otumami, and I think this is why a lot of people just don't mention the artist, because it's kind of hard to pronounce some of the names, and you know, maybe you just don't want to get embarrassed. Also, the time that it takes, let's be real, YouTube videos, people's attention, it gets kept for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. The fact that I'm making videos that are 20, 30, 40 minutes, the average person is not going to stay for all that, but that's okay. I like doing my videos that way anyways. I don't like to have to edit things out. I just keep it raw and we keep what we keep. But I thought this was really cool. This is a Cubone. I've always thought Cubone was dope. I don't know what it is. Maybe the fact that he has a skull on his head. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'd like to know like what a Cubone would look like without that skull helmet type thing going on. Atsuko Nishido. We've got an Ambipom. Ambipom evolves from Apom. That's another Gen 2. He's just chilling right there. We got this Tauros, and this is from Team Up, which is a set that was released 2019-ish. I really like Tauros. I thought this was a cool rendition of him. Or it. We've got a Sharpedo. I'm not sure what this set's from. Illustrated by Ryuta Fusei. See, like, I'm just botching these artist names. Sharpedo's sick. Oh, this is a really cool one. So this is an Arbok, illustrated by Nagimiso. Yeah, so this Arbok is sick, guys. I actually think this is really cool. He's just spitting some venom. Like, he just looks really aggressive. Really a great artwork right there. That's definitely one of the ones that was like, once I found that in bulk, I was like, okay, this card's pretty cool. Some of these need a soundboard. Okay, we got an OG card. We got a trainer card. So this is a switch. Now I'm going to try and put it up to the camera, but you're probably not going to be able to tell. The emblem down here, the set that it's from. Let's see if you guys can see that. I don't know how many of you can make out the set, but the set down in the corner right here is Dragon Frontiers, which we have right here. So I'll throw that in with all my Dragon Frontiers cards. But that was pretty cool to find like an old school Dragon Frontiers card. I mean, you're not going to find a lot of cards like that. Okay, next up, illustrated by Sotaro. That was easy. We got Glalie, which is a sick ice water Pokemon out of the 3rd generation. I definitely rocked a Glalie at one point. I thought he was actually sick. I think I picked one of these up when I did a budget video in the past, but I just thought it was cool. It's an uncommon, illustrated by Satoshi Shirai. We got this pincer right here going at it. It's closer to the animated, artwork, but whatever. We got this Slowpoke here, which is definitely reminiscent of that old style. I think that's why I stopped and I was like, wait a minute. This is illustrated by Maki Tanaka, which I'm not sure how that would... I don't know if I'm just tripping and this looks so similar to the old school Slowpoke. But either way, super simplistic. I don't even know why I picked them up. Some people love Slowpoke though, so maybe y'all can appreciate this. There's a card out there for everybody. We got this Professor Oak, and this is not an Evolutions kind of retro, if you will. This is the original base set Professor's Oak, which I think is really, really cool. The fact that I actually got a card like that out of there. I need to keep this Rhyhorn separated. I need to keep these older sets separated because they're actually going to go into my collection. And then the rest of these cards are most likely going to be gifted in the cards that I sell on my Mercari store. I give away repacks all the time. And when I run out of cards to repack, I'll probably just throw these budget haul cards in there. We've got another Evolutions card, this Nidoran. I feel like I don't even need to say the illustration. Yeah, Ken Sugimori. So The illustration says Ken Sugimori, so I think for the most part, I'm pretty sure that was the original illustrator for these artworks, and then they gave credit to that artist and they reused it for the Evolutions set. We've got a Magneton illustrated by Yumi. That was easy. And I think that might be a rare. Nope, that's an uncommon as well. So I think everyone already cleaned out all the rares from the store. I really like Staryu and Starmie. This illustration is done by Tomokazu Komiya. Really, really neat. Like that hand-drawn style. We got a Diglett from Evolutions. This was just like more or less, I wonder what this one will say. Kiji Kinibuchi. Huh. And I wonder if he was the original illustrator for Diglett. Kiji Kinibuchi. I don't recognize that name. Put the Evolutions card right there. We got another Evolutions card. Kiji Kinibuchi. Yeah, he must have been an illustrator for way back in the day that just slipped over my head. We've got Tomoiki Imakuni. Now this is base set original uncommon Porygon. This was cool to find in a bulk box of cards, especially because it was in decent condition. So I'm going to put this with the base set cards that we got out of this. And this was cool. Alolan Diglett by Megumi Mizutani. He's like almost looks like a steel. Yeah, it's a steel type. It's a steel type Diglett, so I thought that was pretty interesting. This Sneasel just has a beautiful background. Illustrated by Hajime Kusajima. Hajime, yeah, this is why no one says the artist names, because we don't want to botch it up. But we've got the background on there. He's playing around. It's actually a common. I'm surprised. You know, if I didn't get so many of these, if I'd actually gotten even less, because I know there's a $5 minimum for 50 cards. If I had gotten even less, then I could have actually went in depth to talk about the artwork and like some of these actually have a little description talking about the Pokemon, which I think is really cool. And not all cards from every generation are going to say that. I have one of these already, but I just thought it was cool. We've got a Nidoran. He's looking at the city behind him. It's pretty cool. And we just randomly got a holo here. I don't even know where these came from, but we just randomly got a holo. There's so much to go through here. There's no way I can say all the illustrator names, but we rarely get holos, or at least in this batch. I didn't think I had any holos, but I guess I plucked a couple. And then right here, we have not one, not two, but 3 Evolutions Pikachus. Now, they're not base set Pikachus. They're only Evolutions, but still, if you don't know, I am a huge Pikachu fan. I paid $10 just for this silly ornament from '99 that we found in an old thrift shop. I paid $10 for that, and it was dirty, and I had to clean it up and stuff. But anyways, I love Pikachu. These are going in my stack. I have a big stack of Pikachus. It's the biggest stack of cards I have up here. Pikachu's my favorite. If I ever see Pikachus, I pick them out, no matter the cost. Well, the cost definitely matters, but I pick them out. Okay. So these were really, this was interesting. I found a Neo Revelation Japanese Chinchu. That was a pretty cool random card to see thrown in there. So that was pretty neat. I don't have any space for any of these cards, but we got illustrated by Kiichiro Ito. This is a Tauros that looks really, really, really cool. This is really an awesome looking card. That is a great artwork for this card. Seriously, a nice artwork. Not sure what this is from. Illustrated by Kawayo. Not sure. But we've got a Charmeleon. He's looking pretty aggressive. Pretty cool. He's running, chasing something. We've got this, and this one actually turned out to be a rare, which was kind of nice. But we've got an Exploud. Now, I remember Loudred, but I don't remember Exploud all that well. But I know that he was Gen 3. I just don't remember him all that well. But we've got this Exploud. It's a pretty good-looking card. I definitely, from sorting through so many cards now, I have this, mental ability where I can see the borders of the card and I can tell if they're older or not. So it allows me to sift through thousands. Guys, I sifted through thousands of cards to just bring you this batch of cards. We got a Super Potion. It's actually in really good condition from base set. These are great for completing base set binders. We only got a couple base set cards, but whatever. Going into the next group of cards. We have I'm not even sure. Okay, it at least shows in English what the letter is. We have an unknown letter N from Neo Discovery. That's pretty cool. I'm really shocked that these like mint condition Japanese cards were just chilling in a big bulk lot. Like I go through these cards on a monthly basis at Second and Charles. I never see old stuff, so I haven't done it recently because it's just taken so much time to go through the cards, and then there's not much of anything. This is pretty cool. We've got a Coughing from Delta Species. This is an older card. This is an older set, like 2006-ish, 2005, somewhere around that area. This was neat. We got a Charmeleon. Any of the starters, especially Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. But Charmander and Charmeleon are still sick. They're still sick cards. You know, you got Charmander's, big brother / evolution, Charmeleon. And that is out of evolutions, but still, it's Charmeleon. That card's not going to lose value over the next 10 years. That Charmeleon is going to be worth something in another decade or two. We've got a Diglett. Now, again, looks old, but it is actually a evolutions card. Then we have another base set card, which is really a treat because it's in good shape. It's an uncommon. We've got a Magmar. Look at that, guys. I mean, seriously, I know I overspent even on this lot. I know better. I've collected long enough to not pay $10 for something that I don't think is all that great value-wise. I have to make money on this stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, my budget videos seem to have done the best. So I figure, you know what? An ode to the budget video. Let's do a budget haul video. So we got this Magmar right here. I think that totals 4 base set cards and they're all different. So that's 4 cards out of 102. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Kind of like that Psyduck, we have Jigglypuff. I think these were out of the movie. I don't remember. I'm not entirely sure. But we've got 2 holos that I can kind of give away to people that buy stuff from me. We've got a Slowbro, Spirit Link. I don't believe I have that. That's from Evolutions. We got a Rattata from Evolutions. We've got some guests here on the show today. Welcoming my 1-year-old. She just had her birthday. She's now 1. Guys, I don't know if you remember when I was doing this in the very beginning. She was just a little tater tot. Now she's 1 year old. I can't wait to share all this stuff with her. And she loves this room. She absolutely loves it. She comes in here and she's just like, oh, wow. So, and how would you not love it? There's just so many vibrant colors. It doesn't even matter what the material is. It's just all these colors in here. It sparks something in you as a little kid. But yeah, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? You like Magnemite? This is what I'm showing her. You like Magnemite? Nothing? Okay. What about this Diglett? What about this Diglett? You feeling the Diglett? Oh, we want the Diglett. Okay. All right, we're going to put that over there. What about this Numel? What about this Numel? I picked this up. He's super derpy. There's a lot of derpy cards in this lot of cards because, I just wanted to do something a little different this time around, and they're from sets that I don't own. What do you think about this Electabuzz? What do you think about that? He's pretty cool. Oh, she likes it. She likes it. We got this Electabuzz, definitely from an older set. Didn't recognize it. It's a really, really good artwork. I think Electabuzz is badass. Putting that down. Oh, and we got another one of my favorites. One of Aspen's favorites, too, I think. This is a Sword and Shield, though. There's a ton of these. This is like bulk of the bulk, but I still like the bulk Pikachus. Look, Pikachu. Look at that. Look at the Pikachu. Here. What do you think of that? Give me that Pikachu. I know. I'll put that there. We got a Poliwag from Evolutions. Nothing too crazy there. We got a Staryu from a set that I don't know, but he's chilling in the water. He looks dope. Let's see what else we got. We got Mankey from Team Up. How do I know that it's from Team Up? You guys probably wonder, how does he know what sets these are from? That's crazy. So down here you can see the sets, and I've been going through so many cards for a while now. I've only recently got back into the hobby. I've only been doing YouTube videos for a year now. And I probably started videos a year or a year and a half after I actually got back into collecting. Because once I had enough stuff, it was like, I should be recording all this stuff. But I haven't been back into it that long. But when you get into it and you start researching everything, there are so many sets that I had to catch up on. So many. And I know that I'm not going to catch up on all of them. But yeah, this is from Team Up. I think there were a couple booster boxes that were Team Up based. But I know that Team Up, I know I looked up that set release date and it was February 2019. We've got this Weedle, which is really, really cool. I don't even know what's going on with this Weedle. I'm not sure if that's the web that he spun. It's like white, but it looks like it's actually like some kind of frost. Like winter is ending and spring has begun and Weedle's coming out for the first time. This one's really cool. This is a Raticate. Shigenori Negishi. This is a Raticate. I saw this artwork and I was like, that's definitely cool. I don't have that card. That's a card I haven't seen. Not sure what set it's from off the back of my head, but it's a really, really cool card. He's standing on a rock surrounded by water, so I haven't seen anything like that as far as Raticate goes. I haven't seen a lot of Raticate in general. And as I was going through cards, I meant to pick up some derpy, weird cards that I wasn't a fan of, but I just couldn't do it. I'm spending money on this stuff. I wanted to pick, Pokemon that most of us remember, that I can remind us of to give us that nostalgia. But for the most part, there were a lot of Pokemon that I didn't give the credit and the respect that they deserved, to pick them up and show you guys. There were a lot of cool artworks that, I just didn't recognize the Pokemon and I just stayed away from it. But we've got this Murkrow here. I don't know. It looks like he's got a treasure trove. He's been, taking items and storing them in this tree trunk. That's actually pretty clever. It's actually a pretty clever artwork. We've got this Sparrow. And I do recognize that set. It's definitely a stack that I'm building right now towards... I'm building so many stacks of different sets on the other side of this table. Like, I told myself I wasn't going to get into the stuff that was released when I was completely out of the game, completely out of the hobby, like going to school, getting a degree, working, like I was just doing so much. There was no way I could have ever fit Pokemon into that whole portion of my life. I struggled with, getting my degree just overall. So, but I'm glad that I'm getting back into it now. We've got this Solrock. He looks pretty cool. He's like standing over like a peninsula. That is just badass artwork. That is a really cool artwork. And then boom! I know. It's just a common Nincada. I know. I'm just reminding myself like that actually is from, low battery. Oh wow, we got 10% battery. Hopefully we can get this done, guys. This is a common Nincada, but it's from EX Deoxys. EX Deoxys is a really, really sought-after booster box. They go for like 50 Gs, really, really expensive box. So this was just cool because it's a really old e-reader style card from the old days when I could have definitely been picking up that kind of product. But EX Deoxys is a really cool set. And just to get one card that is, let's see, near mint. Guys, it's just a common, but it's from a really, really expensive, popular set. EX Deoxys. This thing has like no wear at all. So that's pretty cool. That's going to go with my pile of EX Deoxys cards. Then we've got this Magmar. I've never seen him before. That looks sick. That's all I got to say about that. Wouldn't mess with him. We've got this Team Up Meowth. Okay. We got a Pokedex from Evolutions. We got Professor Oak from Evolution. I believe it's from Evolution. Yeah, it's from Evolutions. It's hard to tell those Evolutions cards from the OG vintage cards. We've got the Surskit. Oh, no. I'm dropping cards. No. I hate that. I got so many cards up here that I'm actually dropping cards. I'm actually like pushing cards off the table. We got the Surskit. I am working on the set that he belongs to. I'll just leave it at that. All right, this Cubone was interesting. He's at like a theme park, whatever. He's chilling. He's all upset, trying to figure out what it is that he's doing. He's just attached to his bone or whatever. We got this Kakuna. That is evolutions. And then I knew that I was going to make a video when I found this Pikachu. Not even sure what set he's from. I know he's probably bulk of the bulk, but he is a Pikachu, and I love Pikachus. So this Pikachu is in a forest, just looking around. That's a really refreshing artwork. We've got another Japanese Chinchu from Neo Revelations. I thought that was pretty cool. For those of these that I don't even have, I may actually use them to fill some of my binders. It's just such a cool experience to find these cards. And I'm pretty sure I don't have this Chinchu. So I'm pretty sure it's actually going to go in my Neo Revolutions binder, which is it's an English set, but still, I don't have these cards, so I'm probably going to put it in there. Guys, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I know this is the baby form of Jinx, but I just can't tell you right off the top of my head. We've got 2 of those in Japanese. They look freaking mint. It's got to be worth something. We got a trainer card that's Japanese. I highly doubt I have this card. It's definitely a stadium card from Neo Revelation. It doesn't have a set number. Doesn't have a number down there or anything, which is super weird. Really weird that it doesn't have a number. Almost worries me that they're potentially fake, but I don't know enough about the hobby to know if Japanese cards, some of them didn't have set numbers. We've got this Carvana from an older set. This is a really cool Carvana. Let me just back up here. There's lightning in the background. There's stormy seas. That's a really cool card. We've got an energy retrieval. That's going to be evolutions. And we've got an Electabuzz. I'm not sure what set this came out of, but I know it was probably pretty recent because I do recognize him as a bulk card. I really got to get through this, guys. All right, we got this Talo. Okay, we got this Porygon 2. Okay, we got this Beldum. And honestly, I already forgot what cards I picked out, so this is a mystery to me as much as it is to you. We got this Bellsprout at night. No idea who he is. Unpheasant. But I know, yeah, he's an uncommon and a set that I'm working on. We got that Voltorb. Great hand-drawn artwork. We got this Metang. Is that what he is? Yeah, Metang. Not sure what set he comes from, but definitely a great artwork. Hand-drawn artwork. We got this awesome Noctowl. He is awesome. He's got his head turned. Okay. Kakuna. Swinub. Yeah, we got this Swinub. Okay, we got fossil cards. We got fossil trainer cards, guys. I know it's like a super basic trainer card, but they're vintage cards from Fossil set. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll put those with my Fossil cards. Okay, and then here's where it got good. This is really the only good part about it. We've got Neo Genesis Magmar. That was pretty cool. The centering looks good. Let's see. Not very worn. Look at that. There's definitely some edge wear. You can see a little nick on this side. But yeah, definitely cool to see a Neo Genesis card. I have to make a separate stack for that. We got another Neo Genesis Magmar. So we got 2 of those in there. And then looks like we got another base set Magmar. So we got a lot of Magmars. What's the deal with that? We got Execute. Fucking Yanma. I always forget Yanma. We got Mankey. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool background. We got a Coughing. That's Evolutions. I'm going to be sorting so many cards here. We got a Gloom. Skipping around, hopping around, doing whatever he's doing. We have this Larvitar. This is also from Team Up. I also love Larvitar, Tyranitar. The alternate art from Battle Styles, the Tyranitar that's sleeping. That is a sick card. It's cool, but it's hyped up. Like, when I buy a Tyranitar card, I want him to be menacing. Like, that's like Godzilla to me. We got Oddish. We got this Vibrava card, which I was sure was a newer set card, like very recent, but he wasn't. So I feel like they reuse a lot of the artworks, like the basics. But I thought this Vibrava looked cool. And then here we go, another Dragon Frontiers card, Holon Energy FF. I thought that was really cool because, like, even if you're gonna get a really good deal on eBay, you're still gonna have to pay for shipping for some of these cards. So getting them in a bulk lot and just having like a nice variety of like random stuff that I got was pretty cool. Albeit as a seller, from the seller standpoint, none of this stuff. It's hard to do anything with any of this stuff. But to give it away and the stuff that I'm selling and to like gift it to people, that's awesome. We got this lantern. It's actually from Evolving Skies, which I was beating myself up for pulling anything from a set that just came out. But Evolving Skies is a really popular set. I feel like even the commons from Evolving Skies are going to be worth something down the road. Torkoal, one of my favorites. I love Torkoal. Used him in Sapphire. We got this Kabuto. I'm not sure what set it's from, but I love those red eyes. We got a Ponyta. Was that? Oh, that's a base set. Nice. We got a base set Ponyta. That was pretty cool. Actually, I think we got like 5 no duplicates, 5 at least base set cards, maybe 6 base set cards. I did pick up this Krogunk. I thought it was a pretty good artwork, even though I didn't really care for the way the Pokemon looked itself. We got a Coughing. Again, another card I didn't care for, but I thought it was important that I learn a little bit more. Glameow. You would think they would repeat these cards in the sets that just came out, but they didn't. Bagon. We got Bagon in here. He actually looks really cool. This Bagon looks cool. We got a Magnemite. Sudowoodo. We got a Teddy Ursa. We got another Bagon. We got this, how am I blanking on this? Metapod. We got Metapod chilling against a tree. We got Beldum. Is that Beldum? Yeah. Got Natu, and this is actually really cool because he's doing an attack right there. I really want to see more cards like this that depict the Pokemon making a move, making an attack. Pupitar, almost forgot him. Granbull, that's pretty good. That's pretty good artwork for Granbull. We got a Vulpix, but I believe that's Evolutions. Yeah. And we got a Poliwag, we got another Vulpix, and we got a Pidgeot, or Pidgeotto. Yeah, we got a Pidgeotto. It's Pidgeotto's from Team Up. Just a cool little artwork. This Poliwag is actually pretty cool. You can see the lily pads above this Poliwag. I thought that was pretty cool. All right, guys, we're down to this stack. Can I do it with 10% battery? The video is going to be like 50 minutes long, but whatever. We got Geodude. We got Jinx. We got Slowbro. Look at all these commons. We got Ekans. We got Omanite from Team Up. We got a Magikarp. We got a Sneasel being sneaky. We got a Mankey climbing. That was a cool one. That Mankey is climbing up a building. For those of you that are getting into the game later, like myself, some of these artworks are definitely going to be refreshing. We got that Rhyhorn. We got a Magnemite. We got another Noctowl. That's a great artwork. This Ghastly, I think it's from Sword and Shield, but whatever. He's cool. We got the Seadra. I'm not sure what set that was from. We got a Dunsparce. We got a Caterpie. We got a Tangela. Yeah, Tangela. We got a Nosepass, a Shuckle. Slack off, slacking. Swablu. We got a Meowth. We got another Meowth. We got another Talo flying up in the sky there. Got some Evolutions action. Magikarp. I guess I picked up a trainer from like a random set. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I picked up trainers. Here we go. Here's a random one that I've never seen before. Pidove. Another one I've never seen. Well, no, I've seen him maybe once. Vullaby. Vulture baby, I guess. We got a Nosepass. We got that Sneasel again. I guess I got 2 of those. Kakuna, Vulpix, and Pidgey. Oh, and Hoot, and a Larvitar. There we go, guys. That is everything that came out of this. Nothing too crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed. It was definitely cool to see all of these Neo cards, even if, you know, a couple of them were Japanese. Definitely cool to see older cards like this that are Japanese and mint condition. I really like the Japanese, the back of the Japanese cards. They look really cool. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. For everybody that stayed subscribed, I appreciate it. I'm going to try and stick with making videos. My videos are probably going to take a turn for more like dialogue about stuff that's coming out, where the market is, that type of stuff. Anyways, and most of that is because I am saving for the bigger purchases. Honestly, I think the days of me just like buying cheap cards to review, like cheap holos, I think those days could be over. Who knows? I'm always gonna have mystery mail days, but I really want to save up for a first edition Charizard. I really want a first edition Charizard. I don't care what people think that Charizard's overhyped. I want a first edition Charizard to complete my first edition base set graded. That is what I want. Even if I get one that's raw and I get it graded, fine. But I really want a first edition Charizard. So when I get the rest of my financial stuff figured out, I plan to come back swinging. Anyways, guys, peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great night. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Deuce, deuce.